Hello, Christina's World Kitchen. I'm Christina Martinez-Williams, and I am going to make a new dish. It is an Elotes style chicken and CauliRice. Elotes style chicken and CauliRice. And I'm really excited to make it because the girls love elotes. I love elotes, and everyone loves real elotes, which is with corn. But when I make my CauliRice elotes, it still tastes so good, and the girls actually really love it. They eat it even for breakfast. Zaraya even. So I'm going to make just chicken and elotes, but it's chicken and rice, chicken and CauliRice, elote style. So I have like 2 pounds of chicken right here. Yeah, I would say it's 2 pounds. They're really big chicken breasts, and I have 3 tablespoons of butter. And I'm going to get this melted and starting to cook the chicken. Tell me where you're watching from. Thumbs up, hearts, share this video. You are going to want to make it. You're going to want to make this because I know that the elotes are so good. And they, even if you've never had elotes, which you can get just like a Mexican street corn that you can get in Chicago is where I learned about it and where I had it for the first time, was on the beach in Chicago. They had elotes. There were different people selling elotes, like in a little cart with corn on the cob, and then you could ask for it to have butter, mayonnaise, and it was like not great things, like squeezable butter and squeezable mayonnaise, and which isn't necessarily bad if it's avocado oil, but mayonnaise and then cheese and then chili powder, or if you want. Or you could get it shaved off, like cut off of the cob and then in a cup, and that's how I liked to have it because I wanted to not get it all in my teeth and wanted all the goodness and it to be less messy. So it's really good. If you've ever had elotes, had them, like the real elotes, had them in the comments. If you've never had them, put never in the comments. And then if you have tried my elotes, put tried it. If you have not yet, put not yet. And this is going to be the chicken style, I guess should say chicken style elotes, or elote style chicken and CauliRice is what I'm calling it. So I am melting my 3 tablespoons of butter with my chicken, and I want to get my chicken well cooked before I throw in the CauliRice, the cauliflower rice. And it's almost melted. I'm going to add just 1 seasoning. So this is the simplest thing, and it is so delicious, and you might almost think that you're eating corn. Corn is good. I love corn. I love corn. But corn is very high in carbs. And so I eliminated corn mostly, except for some popcorn, out of my diet 10 years ago. But this makes me feel like I'm still having corn. So I'm adding a teaspoon of pink salt to my chicken. A teaspoon of pink salt to my chicken. And we're going to let this cook with this. And start to get this going. So tell me where you're watching from. I would love to know, and I want to know, what are you grateful for today? It's so important to focus on gratitude, and gratitude helps us to move forward. Gratitude helps us to anchor into the present moment and find some goodness in the midst of potential challenging situations. Gratitude helps us to be inspired and inspire other people. Gratitude helps us to really start to shift to a forward focused, to a positive focused mindset versus a limitation focused mindset. Gratitude can really help us to shift. So if you already you have a practice of gratitude, meaning that you intentionally write down, talk about, list, think about, intentionally in your day gratitude, you have intentional moments of gratitude, put intentional in the comments. If you are grateful but you don't do it intentionally yet, put grateful in the comments. I want to know where you're at. I shifted about 8.5 years ago to, I think I've always been somewhat grateful, but not in a practice, like not in a routine or a ritual way. Sometimes, but not in the same way that I do now. And so for 8.5 years, I've really worked on shifting to having a practice of gratitude, a waking up, smiling, raising my eyebrows, and thanking God for my life and for my family's life, for the opportunity to be together. That's how I start before I set my feet on the ground. And then I also have time in my morning after I've done my shower and brushed my teeth. Then I take time to write out what I'm grateful for. And writing it out really helps me to think through the day before, things that are going on in my life, and see what's happening and find what's happening that I can be grateful for, even when in the midst of when it doesn't feel like there's anything to be grateful for. There's always something to be grateful for. So tell me, I'd love to know for you. I hear a phone trying to do something. I don't know who's trying to call who. This is slowly cooking. We have 2 pounds of chicken, 3 tablespoons of butter, and 1 teaspoon of pink salt at the moment is what we have. And I am going to continue to let this cook a little bit longer. So this practice of gratitude is so important. What are you grateful for as you've been eating high protein, low carb? I'm grateful that I feel good in my body. I'm grateful that I've been able to lose body fat and add lean and tone muscle. I'm grateful that I can still do that I'm still working on that. I'm grateful that I can provide my family with high protein, low carb food that I feel good about them eating, that I feel like I'm providing them with a healthy foundation for their life, for my girls, and that I can also provide that to my husband and help him to make shifts over time that he made to eat more this way on his own, but also to shift his own body composition and to shift how he feels about his body. And then just to be able to live better longer, to be able to create a lifelong sustainable lifestyle and eating habit that is going to sustain us long term for many years. I plan to be one of those centurions that lives over 100 years old. And it's very possible because my grandma lived to be 99 years old and my great aunt was 103 years old. So it's in my genetics, but I plan to be even longer because I'm going to live better longer and with great health all the way up till the day that I am not alive. All right, now, and my mom is aging backwards. She's 73 and she's been eating this way for 10 years and she's been drinking ketones for 10 years and she is as if she's 53 instead of 73. And so she is definitely going to be over that 100 mark. My dad, everyone, this is amazing. All right, so it's almost there, guys. Let's see. I have just a little bit more to get non-pink. I don't want some pink. I don't want to see the pink. I want to talk about what are these healthy habits, and I also want to talk about this aspect of as you think. So as you think and as you think about these things that you're grateful for, you feel good, you feel grateful, you feel thankful. That's the same thing. You feel content. You feel peace when you're in gratitude, and then that affects the action that you take, because when you feel better, you do more, you do better, you do the things that you want to do, and then you get better results. And when you get better results, you get to inspire people to be their best versions as well. So if you're someone who loves to inspire other people with your way of living and with your way of being, then put inspire in the comments. I would love to know who also likes to inspire people. My husband and I, before we had kids, we were in an apartment and we had a word. I don't know if you've ever seen those like wooden words that are like this and they're like block letters. We used to have a word that we put in the center of our table as a way to remind ourselves of how we wanted to live. And guess what that word was? It was inspire. And that's what sat in the middle of our kitchen eating table. And that is what we get to do. Both of us get to inspire and empower other people to be their best versions of themselves. And it started with putting a word on the middle of the table that we were focused on, that we saw every day, that was in front of us and in our consciousness. And that's where our brains went. That's where I've always been that way, but it's been something that I've been seeding, that I've been looking for, and then get to do. And it feels so good when you get to inspire other people because of how you're choosing to lead yourself and how you're choosing to live. All right, so I'm wanting to know a few things. This is almost ready for me to add the rice, the cauliflower rice. So if you've ever tried elotes, put tried them. If you've never tried them, put never. If you have had that's like real elotes. If you've had my elotes, put, if you've ever had elotes, real elotes, put had them. If you've tried mine, put tried them. If you have never tried them, put not yet. And then I want to know about your gratitude practice. Are you intentional yet? Are you, meaning you have like an actual practice of gratitude where you intentionally talk about every day what you're grateful for, write about, talk about, journal about, something about what you're grateful for? Or are you grateful and you can grow into that? Or are you working on that? Put working on it. Or because I know that we can always be working on it and getting better at that. All right, I can get better at being grateful as I go to sleep. I want to make that my healthy habit practice that I add. And sometimes I'm good at it and sometimes I'm not. So I want to be consistently grateful as I go to sleep. Intentionally grateful as I go to sleep. Okay, now we're ready to add our cauliflower rice and a couple other ingredients. So I have 2 bags of cauliflower rice, 24 ounces of cauliflower rice. The girls don't like cauliflower rice, but they do like it like this. They like it with elotes, as elotes. And they like it when it has like tomato in it, and they like it when it has cheese in it. This is one of the veggies that is their least favorite veggies, except when it's cooked that way. Then they actually really like it. And they want more. And ask for seconds. And eat it for breakfast. All right, now this is not a very colorful dish. It's a very bland looking dish, but it's a very flavorful. Even though it has very few flavors, it's actually really delicious. We're gonna mix this in, and then I'm gonna add a couple of ingredients that we're gonna mix in, and then we're just letting it cook for like 10 minutes so that the chicken is, make sure that it's cooked, that the cauliflower rice is all the way, it's good, it's just frozen, so it just needs to cook. And 10 minutes will be perfect for that. And then it's ready to be eaten. 1 pot meal. Great. Okay, now that I have this all here, I'm going to add 1 more teaspoon of pink salt. And then I'm going, oh, that used, well, it's not the last of it. I have a huge one, but that uses this. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. The best mayonnaise is going to be avocado oil, MCT oil, or usually that's what I've seen, or a better option is one that has olive oil plus other oils. And then a good option is full fat, but not any of those oils, unfortunately. There are a lot of options now, though, that there weren't before. And Chosen does have an MCT oil. If you don't like the taste of avocado oil like my husband, Chosen makes an MCT oil mayonnaise. And it has he likes that flavor. It doesn't have flavor, so it tastes normal to him. All right. Now we're going to add there's 1 ingredient that you can add to taste. Well, you can add more salt to taste. The other one is cayenne pepper, so it gets that spiciness. I add that to mine, like tons of it, so good. And then the other thing is to add cheese. So we're going to add a good amount of cheese. So this is a little bit up to you. I'm going to add, this is a cup right now. I think that I actually might be okay with a cup. I'm looking at how it is distributing, and I think I'm good actually with a cup. So I'm gonna leave it at a cup. A cup of mozzarella cheese. I'm gonna let it melt a little bit before I start stirring it again, and then I'm gonna stir it and let it mix in as it cooks. And that's it. This is the recipe. It is my chicken, elote style chicken and CauliRice. So good. All right, that's it. Tell me all the things I want to know. Oh, and inspire. Do you like to inspire people? Do you like to lead yourself and then inspire people with how you're living? I want to know. Put the word inspire in the comments if you do. From my house to your kitchen, global flavors and healthy plates from around the world. Bye.